Today's mac and cheese, I'm doing steak mac, and I'm also going to show you my personal favorite way to cook a steak. Here's the steak in question. We're going to salt it, but not go too heavy on the salt because we're going to be adding a lot of salt later. We're also going to add a generous amount of pepper. Our steak can get set aside as we grate our cheeses. I'm using mostly cheddar with a little bit of low moisture mozzarella. Then I'll take an equal weight of milk to the cheese. I'll also weigh out 2% of my milk and cheese weight in sodium citrate. Before we warm up our milk, I'm putting a tablespoon of butter into a small saucepan, which also gets a clove of sliced garlic to be lightly sauteed. We'll then add our milk to be brought up to a simmer. As my milk warms up, I'll add my cheese and sodium citrate to a blender, along with some dashi powder for extra flavor. Then we'll add our milk and proceed to blend. Sodium citrate will turn it into a beautiful smooth cheese sauce like this. After our cheese sauce, I'll cook our noodles in some boiling salted water until just before al dente. I'm using cavatappi today, which is kind of like elbows with an extra twist. Once finished, they can get strained and oiled to prevent stickage. Moving back over to my steak, I'm going to try and get as much moisture off of it as possible by patting it dry with a paper towel. Our steak then goes into a 260 degrees oven or air fryer until it reaches 115 degrees Fahrenheit. As it cooks, I'm taking a few tablespoons of butter to soften in the microwave. When softened, we'll add an equal amount of miso to our butter and give it a good mix. Should look like this when finished. We can then pull our steak from the air fryer and proceed to get an oiled pan searing hot. I'll place my steak into the searing pan and I'll use a pot to press my steak down. You can use a meat press if you have one. It's good to do this to ensure even searing. After a little under a minute, we'll flip it to reveal a beautiful crust. I'll also reduce the heat slightly and add our miso butter. You want to be careful with the miso butter because it'll burn if you get it too hot. Our goal is to get it lightly caramelized without burning it. I'm also adding a couple cloves of garlic and some rosemary. We'll give it a quick 30-second baste before removing it from the pan and pouring all those pan drippings over the top. As our steak rests, I'm adding our mac sauce to our pan. It's a good idea to let your pan cool slightly before adding your mac sauce. That can get stirred around to soak up all the fond. Then add my noodles with plenty of extra cheddar and some soft mozzarella for cheese pull. This can get heated for another couple minutes to make sure everything is nice and hot. As that warms up, we'll cut our steak to reveal a nice medium rare. Our mac can then go on the plate and we'll deposit our steak right on top. I don't know if I could stop eating this if I tried. I even did a double portion of mac today because it would look better with the big ass steak, but that is so freaking good. Oh wow. I think I got the cheese sweats. 10 out of 10. There's nothing I would change to this mac. It is fantastic. If you're worried about like dashi powder going into it and it tasting weird or fishy, it really doesn't. It just adds like a subtle smokiness from the bonito and then also some more umami. And if you want to cook a steak the same way I did in this video, make sure you watch the salt that you're putting on the steak when you let it rest. It can get really salty really quick with all that miso. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe for more mac and cheese.